you?
Hello. Cold because it's still cold here, but good.
I actually had to go outside today.
Oof.
I did a pharmacy run. I got there right as they opened. Well, I think as they opened.
Oh,
I still
nice.
had to wait. I was
Oh,
the first car there though, but they just made me wait.
wow.
I guess they're just over all of us. I know I would be. Hmm.
So you're the first person there, but you still have to wait.
Yeah,
Hey, I'd rather wait and be first in line, to be completely honest.
not really. Not when they all looking at you and not even acknowledging you.
Oh, not even the wave?
Nope. And there was
Oh,
nobody at the inside counter because I go to the drive-through. So they
right. You
weren't
go
even
through, yeah.
tending on other customers. They was just like milling around in the pharmacy.
Wow. See, at
Hmm.
least when I used to have to open places, like if people got there a little bit early, either like we at least acknowledge them and say, hey, be
Mm-hmm.
right with you, or be like, let's go on ahead.
Yeah.
At
So
least some kind of acknowledgement.
yeah, not at my local pharmacy. But anywho, welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. I'm doing that right now. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Follow us here on YouTube as well as on Twitter. Hi guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Does everybody have? Oh, there's a lot of you in here. Hey y'all, welcome, one and all. On the docket today, we have Sister Wives season 16. Yeah, season 16, episode 11, one-on-one part 1. Did I say that right? One-on-one part 1? Yeah, whatever. All right, so what was your overall takeaway
So
from this?
for me, I liked it. I thought everyone was. I felt like they were really honest. I didn't like some of what they had to say. That's to be expected, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I struggled the most with Kody and Robyn, primarily Kody.
Well, Cody's to be expected, but I didn't personally expect to hate Robyn. Maybe hates it. Dislike Robyn so much and what she had to say. And she didn't they like she didn't have as much to say as some of the others, but what she said, I thoroughly disliked it. It did not show her in the best light.
Because she was always the victim.
I know.
They were the way she came across as whiny, and everyone's picking on me. Like no one's
But not
picking on
only
you.
that, she noticed like she sees where the problems are and she's like, the family's not the same, and I want the family to be like how it was. Well, what are you doing to help it, girl? Like,
Right. She's not a bridge. She's
no.
not. She's not helping the situation.
But wait, you notice that she pushed hard for Meri, the wife that has like done the biggest indiscretion infraction towards Kody, because he was vicious when she said that. When he said she had an affair and she was going to leave me for somebody who she thought was better and richer. He was venomous when he said that. But yet she pushes for that relationship. But some of the others that could have possibly been saved, she don't push for those.
Exactly. She was very like she's very pro Mary,
I
very pro
know.
Mary. Now
But don't you
it's just
find that
weird.
odd?
Yes, if you want the family dynamic to be what it was, then you push for everybody, not just Mary.
Right, because it's supposed to be the whole family unit, not just like individuals, right?
Right.
Hmm. Interesting. Hold on. Let's see what y'all saying. Oh Lord. What's this? I think the reason Meri doesn't want to let go is because she's also a narcissist and doesn't want to admit defeat. I think she's doing it for revenge and
I
to
think
get a
she's going for the
paycheck.
hat in the house. That's what she because you notice Kody said, like, we're friends, blah blah blah, yeah yeah yeah. Like he's like, we'll build her a house on Coyote Pass. I'm like, yep, that's what Meri wants. She's standing there for that house,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not gonna sit here and tell me anything different.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna tell me nothing different, that she's not there solely for the house. And I don't blame her.
Look
I
at
don't
this.
blame her.
And saying Christine didn't give a fair try. 25 years is not fair. Nope, girl, is because it's making you look bad.
Exactly.
Mm-mm-mm.
Exactly. You're not gonna sit here. Christine gave her everything. I mean, and what happened really was Christine grew. Christine had the most growing to do, and she grew.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw what Meri was going through, and I loved it when
Mm-hmm.
she said, "I would never want that for
Mm-hmm.
myself." I was like here for Christine all day, all night.
Okay. And I do agree with what Barbie says. Those four women needed to band together. It's Robyn versus three.
Mhm.
Now she's saying behind the scenes, she was pressuring Kody to relax the rules for the wives. That's not the scene I watched. That was actually Kody trying to convince her to meet with the whole family.
Right.
Robyn got some splaining to do.
Exactly.
Um,
Because everything's on camera, so you need to quit playing these little children games and get it right. Because to me, she would never side with the wives. It was, to me, the way it always came across, like it was Kody this and Kody that, but never the wives. I'm like, well, if this is if these are your sister wives, then you need to support them.
okay, so
Like,
looky here. So Ryan McKinnell is really FM. She's locked out of her account, so she had to use her husband's account.
oh,
Okay, well, welcome no matter who you're signed in is as FM. Welcome, welcome. I just thought that was funny. Let's see. Okay, no, the humiliation is too much for just revenge. And from all of them, she's the one that makes the most outside the TV show. This is Meri. I guess it's Meri who makes the most outside of the TV show, right?
I would think so.
Okay. Um, kind of forgot that Janelle called that meeting at the start of things. Yeah, she did, but they didn't do anything to fix it because
Nope.
that was a long time ago before,
Mm-hmm.
the lockdown.
Yeah, that was like at the beginning of the season. Right? Wasn't that like the very beginning, or was it part of last season?
Wasn't that 2 seasons ago?
Well, we started reviewing this like last season.
I don't know.
But I remember the meeting because they were sitting in this little like
They were in the
restaurant,
restaurant.
with the
Yeah.
table, and Janelle like was feeling some kind of way. She was really upset because she felt like the family unit wasn't there, and what she wanted to do was band together. Basically, she wanted to rally the wives against Kody. Is what it came across to me, and Robyn wasn't going for it.
Ciao.
Robyn was like the holdout.
Oh, Yanni has to leave. Thanks for joining us for a little bit,
Thanks,
Yanni.
Yanni.
Okay, so all right, so do you want to go person by person?
It might be easier.
Okay, who do you want to start with?
Let's get Meri out the way.
Meri.
We can go in order. We can go in order of wives. First, second, third, fourth, and then we put Kody last.
Okay. Who's the second wife?
That would be Janelle.
Okay, thank you. I don't know the middle order. Okay, so Meri. I was really irritated by her eyebrows because they kept distracting me.
Leave her alone. She's not used to being glam.
Her eyebrows always distract me. I think even her daughter had brought that up one season.
I tried to help you, Meri. Sorry.
She says that she ain't know that Christine felt that way. Like, do these people not talk to each other at all?
Right. Like, what do you mean? Like, Wasn't Meri the one Christine was crying to on Coyote Pass when she said she couldn't do plural marriage anymore? Wasn't that Meri?
Yeah.
So how could
And
you
she
not
was telling
know?
her, look at the mountains.
Right. What are you talking about? You didn't know.
And did you not follow up with her after that? Like, that was a big statement for y'all. Apparently not, because she didn't even follow up with that.
Right. And then she's still like, well, I didn't know she felt that way, but I completely understand where she's coming from. Like, you didn't know she felt that way, but you understand where she's coming from. That makes no sense.
Okay, so FM says they spent all these years fostering resentment between each other. No effort extended to try and demonstrate understanding. It looks like that. Really does. Um, now Kody's stuck with sobbing Robyn.
Not the sobbing Robyn.
Now that Christine is hotter than sobbing Robyn. She does look really good. I love whatever it is that she's doing. I love it. Share your secrets, girl.
Who's this? Who are you talking about?
Christine.
I
Christine
was
looks
gonna say
really
Christine's really
good.
good. Doesn't Christine
And
look refreshed?
Robyn looks like, child. That's all that deceit coming back on her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Did Meri backtrack on saying that that they're happy and that they don't have to be together? It seems she was saying something at one point where I was like, "Hey, what?"
I don't think she said she was happy. I think she was more hopeful. I don't hear the word happy. I don't know who's happy. I know none of them are happy. For being honest, zero. None of them. Mm-mm.
They bring
No way.
up. What did you think about the host of the show? Did you like her?
You know what? She went in the way I liked her. Here's why. Because the questions she was asking, she saw the season or she watches the show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she was asking those questions like, "Oh, that's a good question." Oh yeah, she watched the show because the way she set up her questions in reference to the show. They weren't just like random blanket
Mm-hmm.
questions. You know what I mean? Like she said, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is this, but is it coming from here? Based
Mm-hmm.
on something that she saw on the you would have to watch the show in order to ask the question she was asking.
So she did the homework. She did the research.
Versus like Sean, who just would sit up there and just ask just random questions we didn't care about.
But I did notice about our host, she had on a pair of Chanel booties. She had on a Cartier Love bangle, a Tiffany T bangle, and a Tiffany T ring. She was expensive.
Right? But did you see? But did you notice her body language though? Her body language shifted based on questions and answers because at some point she was sitting like, okay, okay, but then when someone said something like, what? She just leaned there like, okay, I want you to repeat that for me.
The eyes, like a lot of times you would see the eyes roll up as in, girl, you really telling me that?
Right.
Or what you said made no sense.
Right. I like that because if we're gonna do a reunion or a sit down or a tell all or whatever, I need you to have watched the season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can feel like you're gonna ask me the real question. I felt like her questions were good. She called them out when she needed to. She asked for if something wasn't too clear, she wasn't letting them get away with it. She wanted clarification to her questions. And I feel like she did a great job.
So yes, so they bring up the catfish. She says that she with each wife that came in, she had some issues. It was hard for her. She said it was difficult when Janelle came in. She had a harder time when Christine came in, and then Robyn.
I don't understand why she had a hard time with Christine because Janelle was your friend. Like Janelle was your friend, and they were related somehow, right? Am I remembering?
It's no, Janelle's mom married Kody's dad, but
Yes.
didn't Christine bring the first underage girl before Janelle, who was supposed to be the second wife. I don't think Janelle was supposed to be the second wife. But Janelle fell in there after somebody else didn't go through it or something. I don't know. It's just a lot of confusion with these wives. But if you are committed to plural marriage, why are you having a hard time with bringing in people?
Okay, I knew they were related somehow. So here's what it was. Okay, I'll read two excerpts. Meri and Janelle were first presented as friends on Sister Wives. As the series moved along and the family published their book, Becoming Sister Wives, it became clear that the two sister wives have had a restrained relationship for as long as they've both been married to Kody. Now, then go down to another section. Are Meri and Janelle related? Janelle was married to Meri's brother. That's what it was.
Janelle so then dig up with Christine, because there was something with Christine. There was supposed to be another girl. I think she was 17.
She backed out. They showed that on the show.
Huh? They did?
She backed out, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but she was 17, 18-ish.
Yes.
And they started courting, and then she stopped. And I think Christine brought her forward. Did Christine recommend her? I don't know why I'm thinking that. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, I've fallen behind. Okay, so sorry, y'all. Let's go through some of your comments. Kody made no effort. Oh, we gonna get to him. Because I don't know, as the he wants to be the leader of the household, head of household, father figure, lead husband, whatever you want to call it. He's done nothing to encourage these wives to get along. Watching older footage compared to today, it's really telling that this was a shit show from the start. Robyn's kids are not more part of the Brown fam after 10 years. Nope, they're not.
No way.
Having two of Kody's spawns did not bridge things. Oh God, FM. Kody said that he only focuses on the younger kids. The other kids are grown up. It's kind of sad that Truly birthday did not get much attention. Ariella got a lot of attention on her birthday.
Yep.
Interesting. So over Robyn preaching about their family culture, what has she done to support this even for her kids? Nada. Yeah, I know that they think that this is the life path that they have chosen, but everything that they say makes me feel like this isn't for you guys. Like definitely Christine, she's admitting her jealousy.
Meri's too. I was kind of surprised at that, actually.
Janelle's the only one who's still fronting and lying, saying that she all right with everything.
Meri's focused on the prize. She wants her house. She wants her house.
Who,
she
Janelle?
Wants to pay Janelle.
Janelle,
Janelle wants the house.
401k back.
Right. And then you got Meri. She's trying to get some land because she's like, well, you're going to pay me for my pain. 30 years.
Hold up. FM is saying, I found myself slightly feeling bad for Kody. Gross. When they talked about the catfish, but homeboy using that as get out of sister wives jail card, like C19. How could you feel sorry for him when he was talking about that? That's when I wanted to punch my television in.
There's two upset about that.
Okay, between him and Meri, it's the two of them in the marriage. If you was doing all that you could, then she wouldn't have had to go elsewhere looking for companionship. So stop trying to blame Meri for everything. That was both of y'all's stupid fault.
Right.
Robyn, big kids are lazy. Janelle, big kids have jobs. Well, her oldest boy is in college. Yeah, her oldest boy is in college, and the other girl, she about to go to college or something like that. She 18.
Yeah, they're about to. Yeah, I think she's about to go off too.
Mhm. The kids can tell things when they and when none of the adults address anything, then that puts them in the uncomfortable spot to call up Robyn. Oof. No, I'm wrong. A lot of the times, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I just have spent 16 seasons watching this and still can't understand what their marriage lifestyle is.
It's because they all kind of expect different things. That's what it is.
But I don't get it. I don't care. No one has ever explained this to me where I can understand it. And maybe I'm just deficient, but I don't get it.
But you know what it is? They, like I said, they all went in with expectations, no problem. But the main issue is they're not all communicating honestly and openly until Christine this season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to get a grasp on their dynamic when no one's really being honest.
But Christine's the only one being honest, where she's
Now,
saying, fuck
now,
all of y'all, I'm leaving.
right now though, but how many seasons has it been in?
I think she had started to get honest in Vegas when she had that emotional growth spurt, but she was still compliant.
Right.
Janelle still lying, Robyn still lying, Meri still lying, Kody definitely still lying.
But did you
It's
catch when
just
Kody made
ridiculous.
that slip though?
What?
That slip when he basically said it was a mistake moving of them moving to Flagstaff because when they were in Las Vegas in the cul-de-sac, they were all more together. They saw each
Mm-hmm.
other. They it was easy to do everything. I'm like, oh, so you're finally acknowledged moving to Flagstaff was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I bet you didn't mean for that to come out.
Because then you're blaming Robyn.
Correct.
And that's a no-no. Okay, so FM says Robyn saying on next week's preview that she's angry at Christine. What the hell? Angry for what? For leaving dysfunction or for taking accountability and ending the charade?
Right. And what she did is she's got a chance to step back, reassess what she's willing to do and not do. And then she looked at Meri's relationship, and what she saw was she's like, you know what, I'm going to wind up just like that if I stay.
Not only that, I think she's just pissed at Christine for leaving because now it's even more time at her house that Kody got to spend there.
Right.
But Winter says she probably mad because she opened up a spot for another wife. Is it required that they have 4 wives? Is there cap?
I don't think so. I think for him it's more because remember when you lose a wife, you lose a level, so he needs to get that level back. And she's afraid that she might turn into the next basement wife since she's the youngest. Because if Kody takes another wife, she's gonna be younger than Robyn, who can have children. Which means, because Meri ain't watching nobody's kids. We all know Janelle ain't watching nobody's kids. So that leaves Robyn, because she's got young ones as well. They're like, oh, Robyn, you have young children. You can watch them. You can help us out. And you have a nanny. So, yeah. That's what Robyn doesn't want.
Okay. Hey, Ablavi. She says we should watch Handmaid's Tale. This reminds me of Sister Wife. FM says I'm angry at all these women for choosing to have kids with Kody, mostly Robyn for having a full view versus being young and idealistic. I wonder, Okay, so for the people who grew up in the plural marriages, right, and then did their own plural marriage, the wives in the
Hmm.
scenario, I wonder if their marriage resembles what they perceive their parents' marriages to be, or if this is like a total failure.
I think they went into the situation thinking they were going to grow up. They would have the marriage their parents had growing up, and it didn't happen that way because yeah, it's Kody.
Okay, so the interviewer wants to know where they're at. Hold on. Yeah. Wants to know where they're at, I guess, between like her and Kody. And Meri says she misses everything with Kody, but it's just not where they are. The physicality ended a decade ago. She's hoping, and that was before the catfish, right?
A decade ago, yeah.
Okay. She's hoping that he will come back to full fellowship with him. She's making her peace with the family as a whole. She doesn't understand why people wonder why she stays. Girl, you dumb. They bring up that the non-sexual relationship is a deal breaker for Christine, and why not her? And Meri says that they have different values. Huh?
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, so who's next?
So we got Meri out the way.
Oh
Did
yeah,
we
Janelle.
Janelle?
Janelle. We're going at marriage order. All right. So they reflect on that pre-pandemic meeting, family meeting that they had, where Janelle was really trying to get the family back together. And she says that she's noticed that they really don't need each other now that the kids have gotten older. And I think
Which is
this is
fair,
wives 1 through 3.
right?
Um, Robyn's always been that satellite wife, never really fully incorporated into the group, but Kody has kept her separate. And I think she wants to be separate. It's just very weird. Janelle says it's more than lonely. It was a sadness that came over her during the
Mhm.
pandemic. Um, and Janelle says that if Meri got COVID, that she could call her. That's how the family should work. Because remember when Meri said that if she got sick, like she
Right.
would just get sick, like meaning nobody is going to know. And it's true. That
Mhm.
was a true statement that she made. Janelle saying that if Meri gets sick, that she could call her. Okay, so what if Meri falls down the stairs and is unconscious and cannot call nobody? Y'all heifers, do not call her. The phone works both ways.
Exactly.
Telephone 101. None of you communicate, and that's the root of this problem. And when you do, it's not effective communication because none of y'all don't like each other. Just saying.
No, it's the
Um,
truth. Oh, she can say she can call. Like, well, how about you go by? How about you
mhm.
guys do like life dates? How about you guys like as like a family? You're not doing that.
They couldn't even do that. Remember the Zoom calls? They
That was
were
terrible.
so antagonistic to each other. That they don't operate like a family. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
They don't operate the way how they say a plural family is supposed to operate. It's
Exactly.
very dysfunctional. Um, so why are Robyn and Kody going ham on the victim card? It's just ridiculous. Why is there no focus or effort put towards developing understanding, etc.? All this advertising of non-existent family culture, this type of lifestyle, or the way the Browns do things only benefit Kody. Like he enjoys small kids only, older kids talk back. Mm-hmm. I've
Yeah.
noticed that about him. Um, JG, hey JG, they expect the other to reach out, but it doesn't work the other way. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's very one sided.
Like Kody's crass metaphor. If you don't want to get pregnant, then don't have. Huh?
Yeah, he says, well, if you
Oh,
don't want
don't
to get
have
pregnant, don't have
pancakes.
sex. I'm like, really?
I don't know. I don't know.
And his whole excuse like,
Dysfunctional.
I was just I just was
Hmm.
looking out and like I didn't want to like like he just had so many excuses. I'm like no.
Yeah, remember in the early years when they had family church services, the religious aspect of the relationships are gone. Like he used to do those church services out in the
Mhm.
backyard in Vegas. Like I don't see not one of them crack open a Bible at all anymore. Y'all need to go to church, says the atheist. Um, Janelle says she hurts for Meri and Kody. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Stop lying. You don't care. You're probably just like, next, get her out of here. So let's go to Christine. Um,
The emancipation of Chrissy this season.
they ask her about how the wives are shocked at when she expressed how she felt hated by the family. And she admits
Mhm.
that she has conversations with herself. And I think during this season, Kody and one of the other wives, I think it might have been Janelle, talking about having those internal dialogues that could get
Mhm.
you messed up as a plural
Yeah,
partner.
they talked about that.
Um, and it seems like she was going through that. Um, she said her and Kody's relationship was bad, and it was just hard seeing him have good relationships with other wives, knowing that her relationship was bad. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I
And you know what
mean,
it is? I think she's also feeling the feelings from Kody as well. I think that's where the bulk of the issue was. She was like she felt Kody didn't love her, so
mhm.
she just put that on the other women as well.
And then the final straw to confirm that he didn't love her was the ending of the intimacy.
Right.
Child.
I don't blame her though. No intimacy, no passion. Shit. And you're still young? Get out of here.
Yeah. She says that she was willing to work on things after that dinner that Janelle hosted, but COVID happened and they became more separated. She says she has other kids. She has her kids, and she needs to see to their needs. And she
Mhm.
was following CDC guidelines. And she's talking about not only the kids in her house, but the kids
Right.
in Utah. And Christine says that her heart breaks for Meri and Kody, and she didn't want a loveless marriage. Now, the reason why I believe her more than Janelle, when Janelle said the same thing, was because she saw Meri and Kody's non-intimate relationship, and she made the decision that's not what I want, and she acted on it. So I tend to
Right.
believe her when she says this and not Janelle.
She
Um,
made efforts to improve her situation.
mhm, mhm.
Once Kody said this is where I'm at, she said, okay, I'm cool, I'm out, and she actively did things to move forward in her life for her. So that's why I'm with you. That's why I believe her, because you can say what you want to say, but it's the action behind it. Janelle put action behind her words.
FM wants to see Christine with her own spinoff.
So do
Oh,
I.
yeah. And you said the emancipation of Chrissy?
Hmm.
Okay, there we go.
Or
Did not
escaping,
plan
or
anything.
escaping Kody. Either one.
Escape it, Kody.
Either way.
Oh my God. Um, let's see. Social media. Christine and Janelle spend their time together in Utah. I wonder if Robyn will hear when Kody talks about Robyn doing what she's told. I mean, asked. Oof, Stephen. The adults have been fostering selfishness and mistrust. Kody is okay with not having involvement with his older kids because it takes effort, as all relationships
Hmm.
do. Do you think that's how he was treated with his dad?
Yeah, remember he said he got kicked out at 18 or something with $50 and said, here you go. Like $50 in a car, I believe it was.
Wow. Um, Christine says she doesn't know how Meri does it, not having sex in her relationship. Might be a blessing, girl. So anything else with Christine?
Nope.
All right, let's go to Robyn.
But we already talked about her.
Oh, we did?
Remember we already kind of went in on her a little bit because she really didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I have two comments that like not it's just like two little bullet points and that's it. They really didn't focus on her, and when they did, it wasn't a good edit at all.
No.
And that fake boo-boo crying, and
No.
like, really? That's, you know what? When she came on, that's when I started examining what the interviewer was wearing.
Gotcha.
She looked good though. I loved
She
her
did.
hair. Oh, loved her. Next, let's go to Idiot Box, Kody.
So we talked about him because him and Robyn were kind of in the same box. We talked about them throughout this, so we've covered them. But where I struggled with Kody the most is when he said that Christy would rather go see her other children than see me. And
aren't they his kids?
Yeah, but you mentioned that in a prior review.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me pay attention to that. And when he said it again, I'm like, you know what? These are your kids too.
Why doesn't he want to see his kids?
The way if you think about it, you don't hear him talk about his other children outside of Robyn's kids. If you really examine it, he talks about.
But he don't talk about her older kids that he adopted, though.
No, but when it's their affection, when he talks any kind of affection, it's always the younger children.
But like, did Truly age out?
No, he still talks about Truly.
But he don't go to visit her
because he'd be at Robyn's house.
Listen, let's just call a thing a thing. It's just them two last kids that he has anything for. Sorry, something fell on the floor. I have to get it. Hold on. Sorry. I think that the only reason why he only references or has any joy with regards to the two last kids, which happen to belong to Robyn, is because they still idolize him. Truly is aging out, and she sees. Mm-hmm. Remember, Christine said that her children saw the differences.
Yes.
And then Truly saw what happened with the oldest girl, Isabella, with her surgery. So you thinking that Truly is really digging daddy right now? No.
Yeah, because Kimberly Ryan Mom says he didn't even go to Isabel's surgery. He showed his true colors. It did. He has no affection for anyone outside of Robyn and his youngest kids with her.
That's going to be his downfall, honestly.
Oh, of course it will be.
So another question I have, these marriages are not out of true love. Are they? I don't think so.
Not anymore.
But at the beginning, I don't think so either. Because what? They court for a few weeks and then they have this marriage and then they just like spew out these children. And where's the love?
Well, Meri said when they first got married, I mean, you're 19, he's 22, okay. She's like, we know each other 6 months and we were so much in love at the start. I'm like, oof. And then you bring in, but see, here's where it went downhill, and this is my opinion. When Janelle came into the picture, because like, how you gonna be happy about your ex sister-in-law becoming your sister-in-law? Like, how are you not gonna feel some kind of way about that? When you think about it and break it down, like, how are you not gonna feel some kind of way about it? So that's the issue. And then you bring in Christine, like, who's the babysitter, so that's okay. You shouldn't feel no kind of way about her. But then you bring in the young thing, who's looking good. She was snatched. She was ready to go. Yeah, you go for the way because once think about it and strike me down if I'm wrong, but it is no coincidence that once Robyn came into picture, pretty much the sex stopped with Meri. Because Meri said it. They hadn't been together intimately in about a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Kody and Robyn have been married about a decade. And because they got married in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not gonna sit here and tell me there's no correlation there.
Wow.
But here's the thing with Meri, how you gonna feel some kind of way about Janelle and Christine, because at that time you and Kody were still intimate, but you have no issue with Robyn. But when Robyn came into the picture, is when the intimacy stopped. I'm gonna Meri. I'm gonna need you to think about these things a little bit.
Right, but Meri was the one who brought in Robyn. She met her at the church and thought that she would be good in the family and brought her to Kody. That's all
Right,
Meri's fault.
true, but how you still not gonna feel some kind of way about the woman who stopped your sex? Sorry.
Because that's the one that she chose. It's her fault.
Oh.
It's her fault. And I would say that sex stopped with her even before Robyn, because she wasn't producing children.
Mm.
And doesn't that help elevate you in their religion? Like the more kids you got, or is that the
I
wrong
think
religion?
it's more the wives in anything.
Is it more the wives?
It's more the wives.
Child.
But think about it. But think about that though. I'm like, but I can see your point where she's like, well, Mary's like, well, I did do this to myself, so I can't get mad at her because she was my friend. My friend, Meri, quit bringing your friends in.
No, listen. She got Robyn because Robyn was like a wounded sparrow for real. Robyn just got
Okay.
out of a disastrous relationship, living in a trailer with no electricity or heat, with 3 kids and a deadbeat ex-husband.
Hmm.
So she was perfect to be brought into this mayhem, because can't do any worse.
Hmm.
She was the perfect person to bring into this.
I got you.
Um, I don't know. Meri also has some medical issues quite a few seasons ago. She did. Oh no. I don't know.
And then FM says this may be petty, but it really stood out to me how excited Robyn got for Ariel's birthday party, but no mention of spotlight on Isabel, who's still recovering missed opportunity. And
Well,
then,
Christine was quick to mention that she was still having problems when they went for Thanksgiving to Aspen's house.
yep, they were.
Mm-hmm.
FM says still not over that Kody left Christine alone with a new baby for a 10-day honeymoon. Well,
Oh my God. And the health scare, because ain't they blaming Robyn
yeah,
for that too, with Truly's health scare?
they blame Kody for that one.
AKA Robyn.
Well, by proxy.
Both.
Let's see. The family success is directly tied to Kody's focus. Yep, plus the wives, or should be, thinking about their polygamous friends that they visit and how different they were. The Dodgers love them. I would love to see them on the show and how that works.
Mm.
And he married sisters.
Mm. He seems like he has his family together, but then again, that that image could be completely something different if you were to look at it day after day under the cameras. So I don't know.
But that's a stark contrast, though. A stark contrast.
Well, it looks like they have money.
Stop.
And
But
it looks like he has some genuine care for these women,
right.
and they're in the same house, not tearing each other apart.
And not with gang, not with like a gang of children either.
For real. Like I didn't like do they have like 18 kids like the Browns
No,
do?
they might have like 5 or 6 total.
Total between
Yeah,
all of them?
that's what it looks like because you saw like
Oh
no little kids
wow.
running around,
Oh
and they
wow.
didn't have that wear and tear like Kody and the wives have.
Well, he doesn't seem like a narcissist either, just saying.
Oh,
So,
Kimberly Robyn said that yes, that's where we learned she lost her sister to breast cancer.
mm,
I do recall that.
so he says that his sole purpose was to keep everybody alive, even if they were separated. Um, he says that there's nothing to talk about regarding his relationship to Meri. He says that they can leave, but he can't, meaning the wives. The wives can leave, but he
Hmm.
can't. He takes offense to the word abandonment. He says she was leaving his ass. She was leaving him for a better, richer man. And she sees herself as a victim who did nothing wrong. He was pissed.
Yeah, which I didn't care about because, sir, treat your wives better.
Like he took no ownership for that
No
whatsoever.
accountability. Him and Robyn took no accountability for anything.
Wait, you blaming Robyn for the catfish too?
I mean, I'm talking about overall. Like they don't take accountability for
Oh,
the parts that they play.
true. I found that her segments, though they were small, it was just like, stop blaming me. It's not my fault. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
it's your fault.
Um, he says that Meri is still a part of the larger family, but he will never be in a sexual relationship with her. It's just a bad match. He's never going back to the emotional torture. He says he will never feel safe in an intimate relationship with Meri again. He says that the catfish woke him up. Everyone makes their choices. So
Right. Mm-mm.
what?
But this was good though. I enjoyed these sit downs. I really did.
I think it's better that they're separate because,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think he would have said all of this if they were all there.
That he can't overtalk any of the wives. That's the big
Mhm.
takeaway.
And because I think that's what has shut down Christine for so many years.
Yep.
But suddenly she's found this inner strength where she is just like, I'm done. And they even gave Janelle the power to say, fuck off when they were at that last group meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Years.
I agree.
Okay, so I'm just opening up that comment. Some of the comments are being held. I'm not sure why. But Gina, I just opened up your comment. Um, this was an interesting episode. I'm loving this.
I just like the format.
But
I think
wait,
it's perfect.
did you see how Meri walked in to her segment? I Does she not know how to walk properly like a woman? She was like walking in like she was walking into a wrestling ring or something. I was just flabbergasted. And couldn't she have dressed a little bit better?
I was going to ask you about that. Like, how did you? She just looked like she was going to stay at home on the couch.
I was just like, okay, no effort whatsoever was put into their outfits. I don't know.
I mean, it's a sit down. I get it, but she could have put on a nice little pantsuit.
Yeah. Yeah. I just felt like, girl, you look like you just gone to the supermarket or something.
Right. She's going to Rayleigh's and get her a turkey.
And then clobbering in. I See, look, yes, JG, Meri didn't walk. She lumbered in. She didn't look prepared at all.
No, she looked you. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. Janelle just looked to be happy to be somewhere other than the house.
Mm-hmm.
And Christine just looked wonderful.
She just came in ready. She looked refreshed. She, she came in. She came in like I'm ready for all y'all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Meri was nervous, awkward reiterated that she hasn't matured either. That catfish portion was dumb. I just feel like we've gone over that. Why are we still talking about the catfish? The only part of the catfish that I really soaked in was Kody's anger about it, because I think he has said more in this one-on-one than he has in the past regarding the catfish.
I agree.
Exactly, Gina. Oh, Lord. Gina says, when he does leave them, it's off a cliff. It's true.
It's true.
Okay, so FM kind of agreed with Kody that Meri is trying to also get the victim card, but that is probably because he and Robyn are campaigning for one also.
I can go with that.
Was it the location change, local hotel, and no flashy big city lights, etc.? Right, but I still think that, look, they're on a television show. This is their big one-on-one, and she came in, I don't know. I just thought she could have done better. She's not, like, she's a good-looking woman. Like, you're not going to the supermarket. Oh, this is your reunion. I'm not saying do a ball gown, but
you never know who may be watching.
Yeah, like your next husband.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Kimberly says that she truly doesn't think Kody knew she was talking to other men online.
I don't think he knew. Because in his faith, in his religion, that the woman is like tied to the man. Like, you know, like you don't even look, another man doesn't even exist, basically.
Ryan says the catfish portion shows how much they don't address anything. Robyn was probably there for her because they have no one else.
Agreed.
It's the kids that suffer for their choices, bullied at school and all that.
But true, but I think had they stayed, they couldn't stay in Utah. But I think they had stayed in Las Vegas, they'd been A-okay.
Yeah, because nobody would care about them or their choices or anything like that.
Right. But when you go to Flagstaff in Arizona, I think in that area, it's a pretty religious area. There's a lot of similar type religions there. So I think they would be bullied more because, oh, you're not one of us.
Okay. Always felt for them. They know what's up. And Gabe calling Robyn about C19. This is a mess. This is a whole on mess. But this was a good part one. I think that they could have kept it at 2 parts, especially for a 10 episode season. Was it 10 episodes? Yeah. I think they could have capped it at 2, but let's see what kind of BS they're going to give us for part 2 and part 3. Do we have to stretch out for 3 weeks for this?
There's no reason to do
that. It's sweeps month. So maybe that's why they stretched it to 3. I don't know. Here. Okay, so wait, hold on. Meri needs to take her money and run after the comment, she was going to leave my ass for better, richer man. We see money is on his mind and is the only reason he keeps her there. And then that's a good point.
I agree.
But I think she's already done that in a sense because she has set up separate business entities where none of the family can touch. And I think the divorce was the best thing that could have happened to her because legally, since they're not legally married anymore, he has no claims on anything belonging to Meri. She's sly like a fox. Just saying. It was only like 5-10 minutes of new footage. It was infuriating with all the flashbacks. Oh my God, Gina. It was ridiculous the way Kody asked the host to take back the word abandon. He acted like a third grader. Because he used to talking to women like that, but he needs to behave himself when it comes to women who are not his wife or spiritual wife or whatever the hell he calls that. Watch your tone, Kody, with the way how you talk to people. Not everybody is going to sit there meekly listening to your bullshit.
Right.
Hold on. She's still on his loans. He just asked her to co-sign for a second mortgage on his $1 million home. What $1 million home? The one at Coyote Pass? Why do they need a second mortgage on that place?
Right.
They haven't built anything. They brought in a water tank that we've determined cannot sustain even one house on that property, furthermore 5. Oh my God. But wait, he asked her to co-sign the second mortgage, right? That means that she does have money. So does it mean that she actually agreed to co-sign the second mortgage? If I was her, I'd be like, bitch, bye, don't ask me for nothing. You've made poor financial decisions for all the time that I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
You and Janelle. Kody, no, they really can't handle the public backlash of being fully exposed, and this is just the poop we know about. Oh my God. He's asking her for money all the time? Then I would stick around and keep saying no. You don't talk to me? No. I kind of hope that just Janelle and Christine get the land and plus the kids. If not them, then just the kids. I think they're going to have to wind up selling that land. I don't think.
I agree.
Like, have they paid the taxes? Didn't they have outstanding taxes on it?
Yes, there were some tax issues. Yes.
Wait, they wanted a second loan on Robyn's house? Didn't they just get that house? Oh, what do they need this money for? And didn't they buy? Never mind. I'm so confused. They will never build on that land. It'll get sold before anything is built. The old footage of Robyn going to those scammers who clean up credit here in Las Vegas. I know she had to get her credit cleaned up. I didn't know she went to scammers to do it.
Oof.
Child. I don't know what y'all saying. All right, guys. That's been another episode of this never-ending saga, Sister Wives Season 16, Episode 11, One-on-One Part 1. We've got 2 more episodes of this. So I can't wait to see what else they're going to say. This is a mess.
Pretty much. But it's a good mess.
I want Kody to say more things that he shouldn't be saying.
Yes. When he admitted they shouldn't have moved to Las Vegas because they were in the cul-de-sac and it was good, I'm like, okay, you slipped up. Perfect.
Okay, that property will get sold and they will owe so much money, taxes, capital gains. Oh my God.
Because you have to stay there for a certain amount of time. So
Isn't it 3 years?
3 years.
Oof. They're almost there though, right? Almost at 3 years?
But they're almost there, but in my opinion, they probably overpaid. So even if they sold, they would probably lose money just like they lost money in Vegas. which is even worse because you left Vegas, lost money, moved to Flagstaff, which I believe is more expensive. So you move someplace that's more expensive to lose more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it's looking to me. Mm-mm-mm.
I think the only person who made money on their house was Meri and Christine. I think
Right.
Janelle sold hers at a loss, and I
Mhm.
think Robyn did too.
That's why I remember their losses cut into their profit, especially when they had to when you consider the move to someplace more expensive and the moving costs.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, Running Grey Wolf. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And as usual, you guys in the live chat, amazing, amazing, amazing. I cannot wait to see what the comments are from the replay crew. Hello. Can you guys start? Hold on. Gina is asking, can we start reviewing adults adopting adults after Sister Wives is over? It's a new show that looks pretty interesting. Is that coming on TLC? Adults adopting adults? Uh,
Is this TV program?
Thanks, JG. Christine sold her house for 100K over purchase price. Good for her. Because they all should have made a profit on their homes because they bought brand new from the developer.
This is A&E. Looks like the show is.
Oh, A&E. When does it start?
Um, it's a 10-part reality series about adults adopting. Yep, adult adoption is a real thing. It looks like it starts on February 7th, from what I've seen. Wait a minute. No. Today at 1 on my, at least in my time zone.
Wait, adults adopting adults.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Why did I pick up a pen that doesn't work? Sorry, y'all. And it's on A&E. All right, so I'm going to make a note of it. Does the...
Beverly Hills, yes, and I just started rewatching Johannesburg. Love it. I remember why I fell in love with it. Oh, so good.
Discovery Plus, another perk.
If
All
you
they
guys have
have
just,
to do is bring on Durban, like you said, and it would
oh,
be awesome.
yeah, if you guys have Discovery Plus, Johannesburg and Cheshire are both on Discovery Plus now. And I just watched episode 7 of Johannesburg this past weekend, and I just laughed the
You
whole
were
time.
telling me about that, and I feel like I watched that because
You
I
probably watched
knew
it.
everything that they
Yeah,
were saying.
I didn't realize we had left off. I thought we left off at 6 because we only had 6 videos, but I think you're right. But I
Mm-hmm.
still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it. I still laughed.
All right, so guys, this has been fabulous. Love it as always. I am almost finished watching Thousand Pound Sisters, the season finale. I think was this no, this wasn't the season finale. I don't know. I'm almost finished watching it. It wasn't a bad episode.
Okay. I'm watching it today, of course.
I was not angry or frustrated.
Okay, that's good.
I wasn't. I haven't gotten to the very, very end yet, but okay. So guys, come back here tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and bring all your notes, and we're talking about Tammy and the crew, okay, with Thousand Pound Sisters. All righty. So guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry, but can't wait to see the comments later. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we're good.
All right. So until next time.
Of course.
All right. Bye.
Bye.